Day after flashes. Were we being watched during our nuclear tests? In the early 1950s, long before SpaceX, GPS, or Sputnik, astronomers at Palomar Observatory recorded the cosmos on glass plates. Years later, researchers digitized these plates and uncovered something astonishing: thousands of fleeting flashes of light that briefly appeared before they vanished. Here's the unsettling part. These flashes are significantly more frequent the day after a nuclear weapons test. Could this simply be a quirk of old photographs? A strange byproduct of nuclear explosions? Or were we being observed as we unveiled the secret of splitting the atom? Intro Unraveling the Mystery. Welcome back to Codex of the Ancients. This evening we dive into one of modern astronomy's most curious stories, the day after flashes, peculiar lights documented during the 1950s, before orbiting satellites were launched. We'll examine what astronomers found within those plates, the connection between these flashes, nuclear tests, and UFO sightings, and present three main interpretations, ranging from mundane to chilling. We will also ponder what it might imply if any of these lights were actual orbital objects back in the 1950s. Make sure to stick around for the conclusion. I will pose a question that may alter your perspective on all UFO encounters linked to nuclear sites. Chapter 1. The Night the Sky Glitched. Our journey begins at Palomar Observatory in California, the site of the renowned Palomar Observatory Sky Survey, or POS-1. From 1949 to 1958, astronomers photographed the entire northern sky on glass plates, a high-definition view of the universe from the 1950s. Fast forward to the 2000s, astronomer Beatrice Villarroel leads the VASCO project, which stands for Vanishing and Appearing Sources during a century of observations. The aim is to use modern software to analyze old plates for phenomena that appear once and then disappear. On one plate dated April 12, 1950, they find something extraordinary: 9 brilliant points of light that all emerged within just 30 minutes, confined to a small area of the sky. These lights vanished from previous and subsequent images, disappearing from modern deep surveys. They look like stars, yet the stars they are supposed to represent are not present. If these were genuine objects, they were radiant, transient, and completely gone in mere minutes. Immediately, astronomers debate, are we encountering unknown objects or merely defects in outdated photographic plates? Chapter 2. 106,000 flashes and a pattern ***. The 1950 plate is just the beginning. The team examines over 2,000 Palomar plates from the early 1950 sand, identifies roughly 106,000 transients, ephemeral, star-like flashes that appear once. Many can be easily explained: flaws in the glass, dust, scratches, or cosmic rays striking the emulsion. However, thousands of instances remain unexplained by any known sources or natural phenomena. Some peculiar cases show multiple flashes arranged in straight or curved lines, evenly spaced, resembling reflections from a tumbling object in orbit. It's worth noting these plates were captured before the launch of the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, in 1957. Thus, if these are indeed orbital objects, they are pre-Sputnik satellites, and they are not from US***. Chapter 3. Nukes, UFOs, and the Day After Effect***. This narrative takes a troubling twist here. Researchers link the dates of flashes with two other timelines: above-ground nuclear tests executed by the US, UK, and Soviet Union during the 1950 sand UAP UFO sightings from those same years, derived from historical databases. When they superimpose these timelines, a pattern arises. Between 1951 and 1957, there were 124 above-ground nuclear tests. On the days following a test, these mysterious flashes occur remarkably more frequently. One analysis reveals that the flashes are about 68% more likely to emerge the day after a nuclear test than on other days. Additionally, when UFO sightings coincide with nuclear tests, the plates reveal more than double the usual number of flashes. In one incident, a series of transients on a plate coincided with a flurry of UFO sightings over Washington, D.C. in July 1952, the infamous Washington Flying Saucer event. This leads us to three interconnected timelines: nuclear tests, UFO sightings, and celestial flashes on astronomical plates, showing a concerning spike the day after tests. Is this merely coincidence, unexplained phenomena, or is something responding to our nuclear detonations? Chapter 4. Three explanations. Scientists remain divided. At present, three main viewpoints prevail. 1. The skeptics. It's just bad plates. Many astronomers contend that the simplest explanation is the most accurate: dust emulsion defects, tiny radioactive particles, or scanning errors in the digital images. From this standpoint, the correlation with nuclear events and UFOs may simply be a statistical coincidence, or a product of how the data was chosen and analyzed. 2. The unknown physics hypothesis. Researchers in recent studies propose an alternative. Nuclear tests could induce atmospheric or magnetospheric effects that create brief, bright flashes detectable on astronomical plates, a phenomenon not yet fully understood. Consider shock waves in the upper atmosphere, charged particles, or exotic light phenomena radiating around the globe following a test. Peculiar, yet at least potentially natural. 3. The Watcher's non-terrestrial artifacts *. Then there's the captivating hypothesis. Some of these flashes might represent reflections from artificial objects in orbit, objects that were there long before humanity entered space. If true, the connection with nuclear tests and UFO sightings becomes unsettling. A nuclear detonation occurs. The following day, unidentified objects in high orbit shift or maneuver, producing brief glimmers captured on the plates. At the same time, there's an uptick in UFO sightings happening below in the sky. Are there watchers monitoring our nuclear explosions, or merely a system evaluating emerging worlds? Even the authors concede this remains speculative, and solid evidence of extraterrestrial technology is lacking. Yet, the oddities are intriguing enough to warrant deeper exploration, not less. Chapter 5. If it's real, what are we observing? Let's consider a what-if scenario for a moment. High-orbit reflective structures that could align in straight lines and somehow react to nuclear explosions on Earth. These could be ancient probes left in orbit eons ago, an automated nuclear early warning system designed by another civilization, or technology from a race observing developing species the moment they acquire self-destructive tendencies. This may sound like science fiction. However, the data propelling this discussion are firmly based, and the debate is currently ongoing in peer-reviewed journals and mainstream scientific circles. Outrow. The question for you, what do you think? Are the day-after flashes simply smudges on aged glass, casually coinciding with humanity's most perilous experiments? Could they signify an unrecognized effect of nuclear blasts, a kind of luminous echo within our atmosphere? Or did Palomar's vintage cameras unwittingly capture reflections of something observing us as we illuminated the sky with our initial wave of nuclear energy? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments: skeptic, unknown physics, or watchers. Which viewpoint connects with you and why? If you found this exploration of hidden data and obscure correlations intriguing, please subscribe to Codex of the Ancients, and share this video with someone who thinks we would have noticed if something were up there. In upcoming episodes, we'll investigate more cold case mysteries in our skies, from fading stars to megaliths aligning with impossible constellations. Until next time, keep gazing at the night sky and remain open to the Codex inscribed among the stars.